Hi, today I'm going to be showing you how to use the linked credit system because a indexer recently asked me how to do it, so I thought I'd make a video on it. So first of all, I'm going to show you the difference. So what we're talking about is creating linked credits. So for instance, on this one, I can go here, I can click on the creator's name, and it takes me straight to the creator. I can find things that other credits they have, other things they've worked on, their names, different things, a lot of times biography information. But sometimes we have unlinked credits. So these are still text credits here. You can't click on them. You'd have to actually go to the search to find more information about the creator. So as a site overall, we're trying to move towards these and get all of the text credits, what we call migrated over to linked credits. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. I'm going to use X-Men 97 because I got it recently and it was not indexed, so I'm going to be working on that. So I'm going to start with the cover. And I have here a scan of the page showing what I'm actually seeing in the comics. So I go down to here. This is the system I use. So the main artist is credited. I was going to say Todd. I don't know how to say his last name, so I'm not going to say it. I type in his name, it autofills. Now, in the issue, they are credited as cover artists. The assumption usually is that the first person did the penciling and inking and the second person did the coloring, or at least what we consider penciling and inking and coloring for our system. So, but because that is an assumption I'm making and not absolutely sure, I'm going to put cover artist because that explains how he was actually credited in the comic. Now, I am not sure if it's signed because I don't actually have this cover, so I'm just clicking credited because I know he is credited. He's right here, and then he's done. So now I'm going to add another one, and it's Rochelle Rosenberg. So I start typing in her name, if I can spell it. Now, my assumption is that it's colors. It's credited as cover artist. That way, also, if somebody comes back and says, hey, they actually did inking, they can see why I put it as colorist. So that's all I have to do for this. I go down, save story. Now I'm going to add another story. This is going to be the comic story. I'm going to skip this other stuff because we don't really need it right now, since I'm just showing you how to do credits. So the first one I have here, not that, is Steve Fox is the writer. Hit script. Again, this is something I do. You don't have to do this. Other people don't. I like to put exactly how they're credited, so in the future we have that exact information, so I put writer. He is credited, so I click credit. Next person. And so we've decided that every time we can only have one accented or one plain. They can only be listed one way or else it messes up our system, but his hasn't been changed over. I know in the comic it is credited with the accent, so that's what I'm choosing right now. And it says he's the artist. Again, we're assuming that means pencils and inks, especially in more of a digital age. They've been moving away from writing inking credits. I don't know why I just wrote that. So I'm going to put artist. And then the colorist. It says colorist. Colors is close enough for me to do color, to not put colorist. Add another one. And this one says VC's Joe Sabino. So I'm going to type that exactly. And pick the one that says that exactly. Hit credited, letters. Now, if he was credited as just Joe, I could put Joe in here. If he signed it, and he signed it as Potato, I could put Potato in here. or I could pick one of the signatures that they already have loaded. He doesn't have any signatures loaded, and this is going to mess it up. There. Let's see if he has any signatures loaded. Yep, so I can pick. Generic means we don't actually know the visual of it. We don't have an actual image of it. But, so if you know exactly what it looks like and you can match it with one of these, you match it with one of those. Again, this particular comic did not have any signatures, so I didn't use that, but we can look at different kinds of signatures they have. I'm going to remove that because neither of these people signed it, and neither did they. If lots of times this can be used for funny credits, credited as Big Joe. You kind of want to use this field for one-off credits or misspellings, or if the particular name you want is not currently available. So that's it for adding creators. It's probably going to make me do. I'm just going to put a. See what it's going to make me do if I save it. So I know it's not 5, but I'm just going to throw a number in here just so I can show it to you. And now I can compare changes. When you're doing these kind of things, it really is useful to use compare changes because you can make sure it worked right. So now you can see that they are now linked. I could click on them right now. The editing ones were already done before I got to it. So, and you can click on the different parts. So that is what a linked credit looks like versus a text credit. Thank you.